Hey, welcome back, everybody. Cal and Dan here with Birdies and Bourbon. This week, we are heading to the Palmetto Championship. If you, like Dan and I are, using fantasynational.com to look at what players you're going to put in your DraftKings lineup this week, good luck, because this is a first-time PGA Tour event. So we have absolutely zero stats from tournament history. I've Googled the hell out of, I'm going to screw the name up, Congaree. I've extended my my Google ability. The scorecard is about the best you can get. I did find that they only have 2 members. Everybody else is an ambassador. And it's a foundation kind of set up. Not only that, I mean, in looking through this field, so I'm a little challenged as to why, and everybody, I'll say media, I'll say people, they're talking about this South Carolina swing. I feel like we've gone from one part of the country to the complete other side of the country, back to the same spot in the country, to another spot in the country, and back to the same spot in the country. They need a logistics person, Dan. I don't know. I don't know why this is happening in the sense that it is, but it is, and that's fine. Whatever, it's fine. But
I'll add one thing to it. Okay. In terms of a logistics person, 100%, like you're going from South Carolina to Texas to South Carolina to Texas to Florida. It's like all over the place. And then the other thing too was strange is like they're still flying Nance and all these guys around. I don't know if it was Faldo. Faldo wasn't there in person on Sunday over the weekend.
I thought he was.
Was he? Okay.
Maybe not, but I thought he was.
Here's something strange. I was watching the French Open over the weekend as well. McEnroe was commentating on-court commentary from Malibu.
Well, hold on. If you weren't going to be at the Open and you could be anywhere in the world and you could commentate on court for the French Open, is Malibu a bad place?
It's not a bad place, but I was like, I didn't know he's in Malibu. Holy cow.
Just saying. I mean, who's arguing about Malibu? I mean, anytime you can get to the boo.
Yeah. I'm there.
It's, pick me. So here's the thing. A lot of people are saying that this is a weak field, and I think that that's probably a little bit of an unfair statement. I guess I would challenge anybody that says this is a weak field. Text us, DM us, birdies_bourbon, Twitter and IG. We'll work on facilitating a match between you and whoever you think on here is weak. How about that? Because these guys are still good. Now, it is definitely diluted. If you're looking at, the World Golf Rankings or FedEx Cup point standings. However, we do have the number 1 player in the world teeing it up here, but recent form, he does not look like. I think this is the only number 1 ranked golfer to miss back-to-back major cuts.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say ever, but I can't think of another one. Yeah.
I think ever. Ever. And by the way, we are not professionals, but you can quote me on that.
Back-to-back major cuts.
I think back-to-back major cuts.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. Back-to-back major cuts. Yeah. And I couldn't see any different. But again, I guess historically when they started, I mean, I guess you could probably put some caveats of when did they start like ranking and all that stuff. And you've got the different, some things happening there. So let's see. Congaree, man, hey, go. They don't have a website. The website takes you to their foundation. That's how hard it is to get on this golf course. By the way, we're still waiting on our invitation to play and review the course. We would greatly appreciate that. Sounds like it's going to be fun. I think it'll be the first time that we're seeing it on tour. It is the first time we're seeing it on tour. I think it'll be the first time that we're going to see it on TV. So this is it's a Fazio design. It's going to play as a par 71 this week. Just shy of 7,700 yards. One of the par 5s turns into a par 4. And I think that is hole number 8. That's just over 500 yards. So that'll play as a par 4 for the guys this week. You got 3 par 5s, 4 par 4s, and 3 par 5s, 4 par 3s, and 11 par 4s. And some of these par fours, man, are just absolute beasts. You got 520, 540, 510. So, some of what we think we're going to see here. I mean, I think these courses are going to set up and play, and in listening to what Fazio and some other folks have said, it's going to be very kind of Royal Melbourne, Pinehurst, Pine Valley, the Ocean Course, which was recently played, Concession maybe from a link standpoint. We're going to get into a position here where there's really very little rough. We're going to see back, think about the Pete Dye design at Kiawah on the Ocean Course, and the fairway bunker, the fairway hazards, right? So we're going to see it's in the low country in South Carolina. I think it's in between Savannah and Hilton Head, maybe 30 minutes or so north of Savannah. And, you're going to have those waste bunkers. Clubs are going to be groundable. Maybe that's why DJ elected to play this one. Like, hey, no penalty strokes there.
Not going to stop you. I do have a thought, but you keep going.
Just saying. And, I think it's going to set up really well for two types of golfers. I mean, in thinking, the similarity between those courses that I just mentioned, and we'll talk about some of these players in a minute. I mean, I think it's going to be advantageous for the Bombers. And Lucas Glover did make a comment. So he's a South Carolina guy. He is an ambassador for the golf course. And, he says, what did he say? Something to the effect of, if it stays dry and fast, it's going to play that way. So I think it's going to play, if it stays dry, I think it's going to play a little bit shorter. And I think it's not going to disadvantage some of the not so long hitters out there. And, some of the Bombers, if they're not on their short game and around the green, I don't know that benefits them, because again, if it stays dry, if it's playing firm and fast, where the Bombers have an advantage to hit it a long way, I think some of the folks that are, the shorter hitters, I think they're just going to be able to run it past the trouble and the hazards. So you had a thought?
I'm with you on that. And a couple things. So first off, it said, and you hit most of these when you were talking about it, but it says it's going to play a lot like the Sandbelt courses in Australia.
Yeah. So Royal Melbourne. Yep.
Voted best new private course 2018, ranked 39 of the top 100 of Golf Digest's greatest courses in America. The thing I was going to say, you brought it up because you were talking about somebody a minute ago. Who were you talking about just a minute ago?
Lucas Glover.
No.
Dustin Johnson.
Dustin Johnson. And
he's only the number one ranked player in the world.
But it was something. But I was going to ask you a question. Where the hell is Matt Wolff at?
Oh, maybe he's in rehab.
We haven't seen the guy in weeks. He's qualified for the U.S. Open, his top 10 last year.
Oh, maybe he gave Bucky his pass.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it popped in my head. But I was like, where the heck has this guy been?
I mean, if he shaves that mustache, couldn't he pass as Matt Wolff? Kinda, if he pulls his hat down low and keeps those glasses on.
Just put a bunch of the Polo Ralph Lauren, and everybody will think you're Lily Horschel instead. Dye Gray.
Oh, good Lord.
Where has he been?
I don't know. He's got to be hurt, man. I don't know. Maybe he's having some trouble. Maybe
mental, I think. Yeah.
Hey, this celebrity life isn't for everybody.
It's tough, man.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I wish the best for him, because he's a heck of a ball striker, but I don't know what the heck's going on with his head. Where's that? Yeah.
Yeah, nor do I. But it's funny you mention it, because I haven't heard boo from that guy. I mean, there's nothing out there.
Nothing.
Well, maybe I'll start a feud with Bryson or with Brooksy or Brooks.
I don't think he can handle anything right now. He can't even handle the Palmetto.
Woof. Let's see. Who are some notables that are going to be here this week? DJ, Hatton, Koepka. Are you surprised that Koepka and DJ are playing here? That they didn't play the Memorial, but they're playing here?
I'm a little surprised they didn't play the Memorial, but these guys typically like to play the week before the major. So, yeah.
I guess by
the way, another thing to be wary of this week is if they don't like what's going on and whatnot, be very careful with your DraftKings lineups, because they could hit eject at any point and just start flying to
they absolutely could, and that's a good point. So you'll see Brandon Grace he's slotted to play here. He's withdrawn. I don't think you can select him on DraftKings. Siwoo Kim pulled out. Who else pulling out? A few others, but
I wouldn't go heavy on your bets this week in terms of like placing a lot of money on a lot of people, because and also the qualifiers. If those guys qualify on, was it Monday, Tuesday? If they qualify, they might not play.
Well, and there's a ton of people. I mean, Redmond. There's Lucas Glove. I mean, there's a ton of people that are playing in those qualifiers. Wyndham Clark. So there's a lot of guys that are playing really well that would get. But I hope it didn't come off wrong. A lot of the stable that you would see at this type of event are in the qualifiers or playing the qualifiers. So very, very well could. So make sure you're staying on top of your who you're picking for DraftKings, because that could be. I'm glad you said that, Dan. I'm making a note. Yeah. Got to get ahead of you this week.
Exactly.
Let's see.
I did well with my picks last week, man. I did really good.
Yeah, I did okay. I didn't set the world on fire, but I didn't do bad. I made money. Let me put it that way. I didn't lose any money. A
couple guys got me. Who was it that went out? A couple guys went out with WDs and stuff. And I was like, oh, you're gonna be kidding me.
Yeah. All right, you ready to get into it?
I am. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So the 10,000 and better range. We don't have many. You know why? Because there's not many there.
No.
You got DJ Brooks, not Brooksy. Matthew Fitzpatrick, which has been on fire, and we're getting revisited with. We got Tyrrell Hatton. How you feeling about the only 4 players above $10,000 this week?
I don't know what to expect out of DJ. This guy has just been got PGA miscut, T48 at the Valspar, T13 at the RBC Heritage, cut at the Masters, T48 at the Players. And last, 5 events, recent form is just nowhere to be found in terms of like any time of consistency. He's ranked last. Is this last? How many rounds are we looking at here, Cal? 24 rounds.
Look, 24.
11th off the tee. So that's great. But I mean, shots gained total 31st. It's not the number 1 ranked player in the world type stats you would be thinking of here. Projected to be owned at 16% this week. I don't know. I'm staying away.
Yeah, I'm staying away from DJ. I don't know what we're getting out of him. I mean, in the field, you would just look at it and say, hey, maybe you got something. I don't know if he actually wants to play through the weekend. This may be more of a warm up. To your point, they want to play the week before, and they just took the 6th major. They took a break from that. So yeah, I'm totally with you in the sense that I'm staying at $11,400. I'm going to spend my money elsewhere.
Hey, Cal, I would shout out real quick. We talked about this before, and we'll talk about it again. Fantasy Nationals, where we're getting our stats from. We're under the sneak peek view, and holy cow, is it amazing!
Oh yeah, Dan screws me every time on this thing. I don't know why I ever told him about the sneak peek, but now that he's got it, it's all he wants to talk about, and it's actually working out pretty good.
Well, people should know about it because it gives you like all the key shots gained data, the salary, the projected ownership, the cuts made, a graph of their shots gained, and how they're trending, and then it gives you the last 5 tournaments. It's like that's everything I need to make a decision right there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm with you on DJ Koepka. The only reason that I would fade Koepka is because winning back-to-back tournaments, it's not going to happen, right? I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it does, but winning week to week, back-to-back tournaments, it doesn't really happen. And I think that he's solely focused on winning the major. Just ask him; he'll tell you. He will tell you, I'm out here to practice to win a major. So I don't know what you're going to get from him. I think you could easily see his numbers look, he's in my model, he's ranked number 2. You saw him T2, old lefty. God, I wish I had my glasses. T2 at the PGA, Phil Mickelson, I don't know, another Vince McMahon storyline there. He did miss the cut at the Byron Nelson, missed the cut at the Masters, but then you got a T2 at WGC Mexico. And that was concession, right?
Yeah.
And which this course is going to play. It'll play similar, not exactly, but it'll play similar. And by the way, while we're talking about that, this is going to be another course where, and we mentioned it on our on the previous show for the PGA Championship. This is going to be one if folks that play good in Europe, on the European courses, those link style type setups. I mean, this is really going to play right into their wheelhouse, right? So we'll talk about Padraig Harrington in a bit, I'm sure. But well, actually, he's trying to qualify for the U.S. Open, so we may not be talking about him. So I don't know about Brooks, man. I think for 11,100, 18 projected at almost 19% ownership. It wouldn't surprise me it would surprise me if DJ wins this. It wouldn't surprise me if Brooks comes out and wins this, other than he doesn't want to win it.
Well, I think Brooks, he's got a lot of things going right now. So I know he wants to win next week, and I know he can win next week. His game is that good. He also wants to win the Player Impact program. So he knows if he wins Player Impact, I mean, is it? I'm not sure. Does the winner get like 10 million? I know like a lot of people get.
Nah, I thought
top 10 gets 4.
Top 10 and I think it's a $40 million purse.
So that's like winning 2 majors right there. Yeah. If he gets the $4 million. So he's like, I really want to win the Player Impact program.
I mean, you know what kind of trophy you can buy with $4 million?
I tell you, man. So I think those are his 2 biggest goals right now, are to win those 2 things. So I don't think he cares at all about this thing right here.
I do too.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of antics this week.
Oh,
I cannot wait for like 11:30 on Wednesday. I think it is 11:30 on Wednesday when his presser.
I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of Bernardo's Circus, but this could be Bernardo's Circus 2.0.
There you go.
So you know who I do like out of those 2 guys? I like Matt Fitzpatrick. He didn't have the best Memorial run in that he missed the cut, but T23 at the PGA, missed the cut at the Byron Nelson, T4 at RBC, which I think this course is going to kind of play a little bit like that. I know it's not a links course, but it is very, it's placement driven. And T34 at the Masters. Fitzpatrick is ranked 2nd in strokes gains total. He's 1st off the tee. His approach is where he's lacking. He's ranked 105th, so absolutely sucks from that perspective. He's 15th around the green, which, hey, that's what I think it's going to be off the tee and around the green here. And I mean, putting is every week. So, but around the green, he's ranked 15th, and he's ranked 4th in putting. Could be the week for Matt Fitzpatrick. He's projected at 16.5%. And I think that, he and the next guy, I think are 2, that I would go for these 2 guys over the first 2 guys all day long at this tournament.
Yeah. I would too.
Yeah. So the next guy, Tyrrell Hatton, I don't know. What do you T38 at the PGA, he set out on the Memorial, T39 RBC, T18 at the Masters, missed the cut at the Players, and T21 at the API. 7th strokes gained total, 12th off the tee, 3rd in approach, 80th around the green. That's the only thing that scares me a little bit about Hatton. He's ranked 40th in putting. He'll be fine there, I would imagine. But I think the off the tee and the approach shot, I mean, if you're ranked 3rd in approach, then do you really need to be that good around the green? So I don't know. This course may give a little different perspective, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. Yeah, I mean, so that ends the $10,000 range. So out of the 10,000, I'm with you. Fitzpatrick and Hatton all day. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm fading DJ. I mean, they're probably going to be a couple of the higher owned guys. Well, I don't know. It says Tyrrell is projected to be at 22%, so he's higher than those.
Yeah.
So $9,000. Let's pick out a few that we want to talk about here. Who do you like in the $9,000 range?
It's a rough field, man. You look at Harris English here, PGA 64th, Byron Nelson 13th, Wells 43rd, Heritage Cut, Masters 21st. And a lot of yellow on the shots gained. I mean, he's gaining around the green, but he's losing off the tee. I'm fading him. I just don't like the recent form with Harris English. I do like that 110 that Michael Thompson said he fixed for him, but I don't like his game recently. What about you?
Who am I off of? I'm off of Harris as well. I'm off on Sungjae. His game is just not together right now. It's just kind of not really happening for him. You know who I'm on? I'm on Patton Kizzire and Alex Noren. I think Kizzire, he did miss the cut at the Memorial, but prior to T3 Charles Schwab, T3 Byron Nelson, T58 at Wells Fargo, T60 at Valspar. Around the green, that he's kind of sucking it up there, but approach, he's ranked first in my model. So, and putting, he's ranked first. So I think, he had a shitty week last week, but prior to that, I mean, he's playing some pretty good golf. So I kind of like where he's at. Noren looks pretty solid all the way around. T13 at the Memorial, T55, T21, T21, T25 at RBC Heritage. I think he's good. I think this is a place where Keith Mitchell with this field could get hot. I think Kevin Kisnerare could get hot here. I do want to talk about Lucas Glover. So he's an ambassador for the golf course. So
you're way down in the $8,000 range now.
Oh shit! Sorry, let me back up.
You're way down.
I'm so confused by that. I can't keep things straight up.
There's only like $5,000, $9,000 guys.
That's so uncommon. Yeah, and again, with the logistics of this thing and with the draw that you're getting, it's like, dude, you can't leave Ohio. Send me on PGA on US Open qualifying week, send me back to South Carolina and then expect me to travel cross country to the US Open. I mean, people are just they're not going to make it. This tournament's going to have to move to have legs and have some longevity. So I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know what the, I don't know what the history, or I know what the history is. I don't know what the contractually, I don't know what the obligation is of how long this thing's going to keep going, if this is just a filler spot or what, but yeah, they're definitely going to have to move.
I agree. Yeah.
Though I'm with you. I'm sitting Harris. I'm sitting Sungjae. I just said I like Kizzire. I mean, Poulter, maybe you could get it on a little bit. And Noren, I totally can get on Alex Noren, T13 at the Memorial. I just went over him. I'm down in the $8,000 range again.
Keep getting down to the $8,000 range.
It's like five at a spot.
Yeah. Kizzire, I played him last week. He missed the cut. He's one of the ones that kind of burned me. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the plays and fades there. We like Poulter and Kizzire and
Fleetwood. You getting on Fleetwood here?
He's so up and down. It's cut T14, cut T46, cut. So it's like I know.
but he likes those open courses. He likes the link stuff, man. I mean, this could be a place where he gets hot.
I think so.
I'm
going to play him.
Could be.
I might play him as my one and done.
All right. So I've already talked for like 15 minutes about my $8,000 range and who I like, but
I know.
So now I'll give you two that I like. I'll give you two plays for me, and then I'll talk about it. So Lucas Glover is a definite play for me. I'm actually going to give you three. Lucas Glover's a play for me. Jonathan Vegas is a play for me. And Dan, you want to guess my third in the $8,000 range?
Snedeker.
Oh yeah, baby. Give me Sneds. Give me Sneds. And so again, I mean, think about the two, the three, right? Really. So, but think about Vegas and Snedeker. I mean, I would say their games couldn't be any more opposite. But I think the course is actually going to allow both of those guys to kind of set up and play that way. I mean, you're going to have Vegas that's hitting bombs. And, the approach, he's ranked 41st. Putting is not doing that great, but, so we'll see how that kind of pans out. But Snedeker's going to be able to, he's going to be able to kind of hit it right between the trouble. And, putting, he's ranked 11th. Off the tee, he's ranked 81st. But I don't think that's going to be that big of an issue. Around the green, he's ranked 21st. So I kind of like the Sned play here. Also like the Vegas. And again, Lucas Glover, he's ranked third in my model. He's ranked 13th off the tee, 5th around the green, and 33rd in putting. He was T37 at the Memorial. This is Lucas Glover. T8 at the Charles Schwab. Missed the Wells Fargo. T48 Valspar and T33 RBC Heritage. So those are my kind of go-tos here. I'm just looking through, and I mean, to be honest with you, I'm paying attention to the salary, so don't get ahead of ourselves. Kind of. I'm also paying attention to this old elk. I swear there's no one in the $8,000 range that I don't like.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. It's a good range. I don't like the first two ranges. This is the one I like. I like the $8,000 range. Yeah. We went through the 10,000 and we went through the 9,000. We like two guys in each of those things. So
yeah, if six times, if six divided by 50,000 would work out in that $8,000 range, I would pick everybody from the $8,000 range, man. I mean, it is, I think that all these guys have the ability to make the cut. That way, everybody has the ability to make. Well, shouldn't say it like that. I think everyone has the potential that they have the game to make the cut on this course with the field, and I don't think that there's anyone in there that I would be leery of from that. Yeah, I would play any of these guys if I needed one of them.
Yep, 100%.
$7,000 range. Give me $7,900, man. I mean, give me both $7,900 players. I think both of those guys. I think this is a kind of course they can pop at. Danny Willett, T26 at Memorial, T64 at PGA, missed the Valspar, T18 at RBC Heritage, and yes, one-time Masters winner Danny Willett missed the cut at the 2021 Masters tournament. But hey, you know what? So did DJ, right? So, hey, and he's $11,400. Yeah. So there you go. I will take Danny Willett over Dustin Johnson at this tournament.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can put a bottle on that one.
Nice.
So I like Willett. I like Luke List, Rafa Cabrera. I'd say he started out kind of slow. I mean, RCB's kind of, I would say he's putting it back to where he kind of sits at. T37 at the Memorial, T32 at the Schwab, T21 at the Nelson. Who you liking, Danny? I see a couple of your guys in there.
I like Rafa Cabrera Bella here. I like the recent form there. I was going to talk about him with that trend you just hit on right there. I'm definitely think for $7,800, projected to own less than 10%. I like him here. I like Laird. I always like Laird. Recent form T53, T23, T61. Off the tee, 59th, approach 22nd. So he's got those irons going on, man. I mean, I like him. He doesn't rank well for this model, but you've seen him pop recently too. So yeah. What do you think about old Pat? I mean, he's been on a little bit of a streak there. So T45, T39, T26, T29.
Vincent Whaley.
Exactly.
Vincent Whaley. He has made, and this just is, I'm just looking at what's on our sneak peek. So he's made the past 5 cuts. I think he's made like the past 7 or 8 cuts. T20 at Schwab, T26 at Nelson, T26 at Fargo, T29 at Valspar, T34 at the Valero. So quick math, I'll give me he's averaging a T29 finish at $7,700. That's why he's projected to be 20% owned. But I mean, all his numbers look good, man. I mean, the guy's playing. I don't know who in the hell he is. We'd love to have him on the show and get to know him and figure out who he is. But this guy is on a tear, man. I mean,
he is.
I like where he's at. I mean, it's $7,700 over, Sabatini. I'm probably fading it, but Sabatini's one of those sneaky dudes, man. He always, these kind of setups, right? I mean, the Corrales and Sabatini's always kind of in the hunt there. And, but I don't know. I'm probably fading Sabatini.
Yeah.
JT Poston, T65 at Memorial, had a couple of missed cuts. T26 at the Wells Fargo, T54 at Valspar. There, I want to say that there's probably something there in his ownership, right? So he's going to be. He is not going to be chalky, and I think that he might stand to pop at a place like this. So, that's a maybe for me if I need a filler in the $7,000 range.
Ben Martin is going to be highly owned at 17% projected, $7,600. T26 at Byron, T11 at Wells, missed a cut at RBC, T34 at Valero, and T9 at Corrales. So, I mean, he's been playing great. Yeah.
Just looking through a few more of these $7,000 guys to see if there's that's kind of me, man. I
think power.
Yes,
look at those results.
I know. Yeah, you're on him heavy.
You're not a fan, huh?
I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I think I did put him in the lineup, actually. I put Peter Uihlein in the lineup too, but
I am fading EVR.
yeah, I don't blame you. Is it because of the pants?
Either that or because I think he might destroy more equipment on this course, or he might hurt his caddy.
I hope his insurance is paid up. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, the couple that I like out of there, I don't know. And I'm off of Richie this week. Bo Hogue, maybe. I don't know. T13 at Memorial, 66 at the Bryson. He was on a string of missed cuts there, but I don't know. Is that something coming back from him? Yeah, I'm with you on Seamus Power. You can't get around that. Camilo Villegas. I mean,
yep.
He responds well to these kind of setups. I mean, this is he's definitely had some challenges there over the past year or so, but looking pretty good coming back in. And so I'm on Whaley, I'm on Willett and List. Who am I off of 100%? I think I'm off EVR.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Hogue, man, T13. I already mentioned him, but that's possible. Ben On, missed the cut at the Memorial, but I don't know kind of where he's at. All right, yeah, that's not. I'm spending all my money in the $8,000 range, man.
There are some people you can pick down here. We just went through them, but I like the $8,000 range too. Yep.
Anybody you want to hit on in the 6,000? There's at least one, maybe two that I want to hit on. So,
you go first.
T4, the PGA Championship, links style setup at the Ocean Course. Padraig Harrington. If you're betting heavy on if you're betting heavy on the top side, it's $6,900. Well, now that's pending. So he is trying to qualify for the U.S. Open today. So I'd keep an eye on that. So that's a maybe if he's even going to be playing or not. But I think that's a play. Ches Reavie, it looks like. So check this out though. Ches Reavie has missed his last 5 cuts.
Yeah.
But he can't. I don't forget what I said. It was 6 under, 7 under. Like he's gonna qualify for the U.S. Open. How crazy is that?
Mm-hmm.
Who else is? See if there's anybody down here that I'm kind of hung up on. Will Gordon, potential. I know he's got some missed cuts in there, but in this kind of field, that's a maybe. But again, as Dan mentioned earlier, a lot of these people are trying to qualify. So even though they're down here. And that's the people that are going to be sitting down here, right? Those are going to be the folks that are having to qualify for the U.S. Open. If they do, or if they should, they easily could pull out of this withdraw from this tournament. So,
yeah, it's a lot of hit and miss down here, just because a lot of missed cuts and inconsistent recent form. So there wasn't a whole lot of people out here that were just like, oh my gosh, pick me. I'm a deal down here, in my opinion. Yeah.
All right, so I'm good on the picks as far as that goes. You want to go? Are we ready for one and dones?
I'm ready for one and done. Yeah.
I think you pretty much used everybody. Do you have anybody left?
Well, I'm not picking
Bucky Fowler.
I picked Bucky last week. I did well with Bucky.
I know. I saw you.
You go first.
Yeah, shit. I'm going with the Englishman. I'm picking Tyrrell Hatton.
Okay, you can have him. I'm going Lucas Glover.
Yeah, damn it. I knew you were going to do that. It's what I get for talking that guy up, man.
What are you talking about? You spent $10,000 on yours. Mine was a lot cheaper.
Well, I had $10,000 to spend. Let's see what's going on with the show. We've got several shows that are coming out to be released. We got a blind tasting coming up this week with Wilson Torres from Union Horse. He must be a sucker for punishment, man, a glutton for punishment. Because I don't know, he's coming back on twice. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, tonight I'm heading to Local 3, Chris Hall's establishment. We're going to have he's cooked a whole pig for us. And we're going to have a bourbon barrel bourbon tasting. So that should be absolutely fun. I have no idea. It's a good thing we're not recording this after the tasting, because I probably, I don't know, who knows what's going to happen there. What else is coming up? I think we got rye whiskey coming up tomorrow. Phenomenal Spirits we'll be recording with in the near future. What else is happening, or what else is coming up what's coming up this week?
We got a lot of shows coming up. Yeah, it's we've had a great time. I mean, the Michael Thompson interview I thought was great last week. This week
we got to get scheduled with Scotty McCarron to come on. We're gonna have a blind tasting with the Champions Tour champion. Sent him some sample. I sent him Pappy. He wanted Pappy. You get Pappy. There you go.
I think we'll release Holmes Key this week as well. That was a great interview we did with them.
Ooh, it will be awesome. Yeah.
Yep. So it's good, man. A lot of fun things going on. I can't wait as we get climbing into next week. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, baby, it's gonna get hot. It's gonna get heated.
Oh yeah.
And we need to start a rivalry between us.
Okay, we can do that, because I'm getting ready to come on a tear on this one and done. I'll tell you, I got some guys saved for some of these events.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You've used everybody.
I'm going to use Ricky Fowler's caddy next week.
Oh, no. Well, you know why I haven't used Ricky Fowler yet? I'm saving him for a special event. A special event.
Did you play him this week in the qualifier?
It's possible. All right, kids. Hey, thanks to everybody that's supporting the Birdies and Bourbon show. Dan and I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance to get one of our barrel picks, we may or may not have any left. It depends on which ones you're looking for. And more importantly, we'd appreciate a like. We'd appreciate a follow. Or I guess you can. Do they have a don't like on there?
I hope not.
We'll even take a don't like. But yeah, but we'd love to hear from you. Are there any local distilleries, breweries in your area that we might be able to get on the show, or you'd like to hear on the show? We would definitely be open to do that. And we got to get out and play some golf. So if you're up for playing golf with us, let us know where you are and what golf course you're playing at. We'd love to get out and have play a round of golf, and who knows, we may bring some bourbon. Yep. Check us out at birdies_bourbon on all of our social. We're at Birdies and Bourbon on YouTube. And until next time, here's to barbecue and bourbon.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.